Greetings. Welcome to the False Arguments of Trinitarianism, the second and final volume of Sleight of Mind, a literary polemic challenging the biblical validity of the doctrine of the Christian Trinity. We shall not, in these pages, attempt to disprove the Trinity. That was the work of Volume 1, The Myth of the Christian Trinity. I am satisfied that it accomplished its purpose, and if you have not read it, I encourage you to do so. The case it presents is both compelling and conclusive, and besides, I could use the money. If you have come to this volume after reading Volume 1, you may notice a marked change in style. That volume was written for, among others, people who may have had little or no knowledge of the Trinity controversy. It was hoped that by making the writing light and conversational, and by the employment of admittedly feeble attempts at humor, the reader's interest might be held during the presentation of the fundamental elements of that controversy. This second volume is geared to readers already familiar with the question. It contains a great deal of specific information in the hope that it might provide satisfying answers to the arguments it confronts and also serve as a kind of database from which to draw ideas and evidence in the refutation of those arguments. In order to keep this book from becoming impossibly long, the relaxed conversational style of the first volume needed to be abandoned. I wish this were not so. I enjoyed the dialogue with the reader, but the goal of getting this information out there takes precedence. The point established by Volume 1, that the Trinity is a false and Bible-contradicting doctrine, forms the basis of this investigation and is the perspective from which the arguments used by Christian Trinitarianism in defense of its beliefs shall be confronted. Such are presented as being based upon biblical scripture, but, as we shall soon and repeatedly discover, are instead born of the distortion, misrepresentation, adulteration, and or outright falsification of those scriptures, as well as, in many instances, obvious false reasoning. Ultimately, just as in Volume 1, the evaluation of the ideas offered in this volume remains within the purview of the reader. The final determination of any truth is, as indeed it must be, the sole province of the equitable deliberation of the one seeking to discern it.